It's precisely 6:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Dulmin Samrasinghe and read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. The President directs officials to give approved nurses' demands. Urban development projects will be expedited. The Parliament will meet from 22nd to 25th of this month. The report on rehabilitating mining places handed over to the Environment Minister. Equipment fixed on multi-day trawlers to monitor their movement. And in world news, biggest power plant in coal-reliant Australia closes early. And in sports news, private equity firm Silver Lake buys stake in All Blacks. Now the local news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has instructed officials to take steps to give approved demands of the nurses without having an impact on the entire public service while understanding the financial situation of the country. The President mentioned this during a discussion with the Public Services United Nurses Trade Union at the Presidential Secretariat today. Discussions took place on several demands of the Nurses Trade Union. The President directed Chairman of the University Grants Commission to take steps to establish a national university by combining nurses' training colleges until the Higher Education Act is amended and presented in Parliament. The President instructed Health and Finance Secretaries to effect promotions from Grade 2 to Grade 1 with backdates and to provide the official uniform allowance. The President pointed out that everyone should understand all demands cannot be considered amid the financial crisis. Therefore, the President informed the officials to take attention on nurses' demands following discussions with the Finance Ministry and other organisations. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has instructed the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing to expedite urban development programs which are underway at present and provide their benefits to the people. Accordingly, the Urban Development Authority has taken steps to speed up development activities of Ratnapura and Ehliyagoda towns. The government is developing cities island-wide according to the Vistas of Prosperity policy statement. The Parliament will meet from 22nd to 25th of this month. Leader of the House, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, said that the decision was taken during the Parliamentary Business Committee meeting today. An adjournment motion of the opposition will be debated on Wednesday. The minister said condolence motions on parliamentarians who passed away recently would be taken on Friday. The report on rehabilitation of mining places has been handed over to the Minister of Environment, Mahinda Amaravira. The report has been prepared by the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau. It has identified 950 places between 2012 and 2021 which had not been rehabilitated. 2,491 places had been rehabilitated. Legal action will be taken against individuals and organizations that do not rehabilitate the places after mining. Equipment will be fixed on multi-day trawlers to monitor their movement. 4,200 such equipment are scheduled to be fixed on the boats. The program is implemented under a financial grant from the Australian government. A progress review meeting of the program took place at the Fisheries Ministry today. Officials of the Australian High Commission and Australian Coast Guards attended the meeting. They inspected the observation centre of the Fisheries Department, which is being modernised. Sri Lanka and China marks the 65th anniversary of commencing diplomatic relations today. A ceremony organised in this connection was held at Nelumpokuna Theatre this afternoon under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said that he believes technology has led to the development of China. He pointed out, although China is a large country, it has never tried to invade other countries. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing local news, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has directed the police not to use the Prevention of Terrorism Act as a shortcut, but only if there are clear links to terrorism. Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Pires said that the President has told the police not to use it as a shortcut to dispense with investigations under the Criminal Procedure Code. The Foreign Minister said government has given clear instructions that the irresponsible use of the PTA must stop. He expressed these views at a meeting with representatives of local civil society and non-governmental organizations held at the Foreign Ministry recently. A program will be launched to provide drinking water to everyone by 2025. It will be implemented on medium and long-term basis. Accordingly, steps will be taken to provide drinking water using nano water filters where there are more kidney patients. State Minister Sanat Nishanta said today that the government plans to provide drinking water by constructing water tanks near water fountains and through large-scale irrigation schemes. Norwegian Ambassador to Sri Lanka Trinjanlai Eskadale met with Mannar District Secretary A. Stanley Dimel. The meeting was held at the Mannar District Secretariat today. They discussed about the challenges faced by the people of Mannar District and development projects being carried out in the district. They also focused their attention on sustainable livelihoods for the people, rural infrastructure and connectivity. 2 outboard engines for boats have been provided by the Mullaitivu District Secretary to the Navy. Each of these is worth 500,000 rupees. Mullaitivu District Secretary K. Vimalanathan presented the engines yesterday. The aim is to expedite disaster relief operations in the Mullaitivu district. The National Disaster Management Centre had given boat engines to the District Secretariat. Government Information Department will inaugurate a district publication bureau in Jaffna tomorrow. Mass Media Minister Dallas Arab Peruma will open the publication bureau. Media Ministry Secretary Anusha Pilapita will also attend the event to be held at the Jaffna District Secretariat. The event will be followed by a friendly discussion with Jaffna District journalists. With that, we conclude the local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Suvadarani Medicinal Herbs Project has commenced at Divisional Secretariat areas. The aim is to save foreign exchange spent on to import raw material needed to manufacture indigenous medicine. Another aim of the project is to encourage rural people to cultivate medicinal herbs and to improve their economy. Under the project, local medicinal herbs will be planted in commercial scales. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
This is Watchlight.
Public Utilities Commission Chairman Janaka Ratnayaka said customers who are not punctual in settling their monthly electricity bills will have their power supply disconnected. He said consumers who get electricity from Ceylon Electricity Board and Lanka Electricity Company are yet to settle 50 billion rupees in arrears. That came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
The headlines of the world news. Biggest power plant in coal-reliant Australia closes early. The UK scraps golden visa scheme for foreign investors. France and its allies will withdraw their troops from Mali after a decade. Now the world news in detail. Australia's largest coal-fired power station will close 7 years earlier than planned, as its operator says it is increasingly unable to compete with the influx of renewables. The 2.88 gigawatt Ariane plant is located in the Hunter region north of Sydney and operated by Origin Energy. The plant will now close in 2025 and be replaced by a large-scale battery. It adds to a long list of coal plants forced shut by the growth of cheap wind and solar energy in the country. Visas offering foreign investors fast-track residency in the UK are expected to be scrapped by the government amid pressure over UK links to Russia. A government source confirmed reports of an announcement next week on Tier 1 investor visas, which offer residency to those spending at least £2 million. The scheme was introduced in 2008 to encourage wealthy people from outside the EU to invest in the UK. It has been under review for some time after concerns it is open to abuse. President Emmanuel Macron has said France and its allies in an international force will withdraw their troops from Mali after almost a decade. The troops have been involved in a fight against Islamist militants in the country. The forces will be redeployed across Africa's Sahel region. Mr. Macron said the decision to leave followed a breakdown in diplomatic relations amid growing hostility from Mali's new governing military junta. With that, we conclude the world news. Prior to concluding, the headlines of the world news once again. Biggest power plant in coal, Reliant Australia, closes early. The UK scraps golden visa scheme for foreign investors. France and its allies will withdraw their troops from Mali after a decade. With that, we conclude the world news.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
A 4-storied building has been built for Badulla Labour Secretariat at a cost of 270 million rupees. It has been maintained at a place on Badulla Station Road with minimum facilities for over 50 years. The new building will be vested with the public tomorrow under the patronage of Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva. That ends Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928. Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
First is the rugby. US private equity giant Silver Lake has agreed to invest in the organisation behind New Zealand's All Blacks rugby team after months of debate. Under the deal, the firm will back a new entity which owns the legendary team's commercial rights. Initially, Silver Lake will invest $133.6 million in exchange for a stake of up to 8.58%. New Zealand Rugby and the New Zealand Rugby Players Association say they plan to invest in the game at all levels. Taking a look at Winter Olympics, Canada's overcame rivals the USA 3-2 to claim a 5th Women's Olympic ice hockey gold and avenge their shootout defeat in Pyeongchang 4 years ago. Canada led 3-0 in the second period and looked on course for a comfortable win. The USA hit back with 2 goals late in the final period to ensure a nervy finish, but Canada held on. That was Sports News.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022, remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
No Limit has expanded its footprint to a prime location in the heart of Colombo by opening a brand new state-of-the-art outlet at the Colombo City Centre Mall. Commenting on the branch opening, No Limit head of marketing Ranis Sharif said they are thrilled to be opening a store at the heart of Colombo in Colombo City Centre. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
According to the Producer Price Index measured by the Census and Statistics Department, Sri Lanka's producer prices has increased by 16.6% from a year ago. Meanwhile, the monthly producer prices rose by 2.5% in December from 2.6% in November, reflecting some easing price pressures in the next few months. That was Economic News.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The weather report.
Finally, it's a look at the weather report. Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in Hambantota and Matale districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in Sabaragamuwa province and in Galle and Mathura districts during the evening or night. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts during the morning. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The President directs officials to give approved nurses' demands. Urban development projects will be expedited. The Parliament will meet from 22nd to 25th of this month. The report on rehabilitating mining places handed over to the Environment Minister. Equipment fixed on multi-day trawlers to monitor their movement. With that, we conclude the news.